Hi, everyone. We have a rebrand, and this is our first guest, Carli Foxx, under the name Global Metal Mayhem. Say hi to Carli. She's with the Rumours. They are out on tour starting on Thursday. Yay, we get to actually do tour press finally again after a year and a half. So it's epic. So, how are you doing today, Carli?
I am doing well. I'm getting so excited for tours. So I'm just kind of like getting everything together, make sure I wash like all 900 of my clothes before we leave.
Now, you guys are out on the road with Wildstreet from New York City. They're Golden Robot Records artists. They just put out a new album. How did you guys end up on the tour with them? And have you ever been out with these guys before? Do you know each other?
No. So I've been friends with Eric on Facebook for a long time. I think I just remember like scrolling through like, oh, that guy looks cool as fuck. So, and then I kind of like learned like, oh, Wildstreet. And I know that my drummer is a fan of theirs. I mean, I am now as well, but we actually have the same booking agent now.
Nice.
So when he's booking tours, he wants to book bands that kind of go together, but even better bands on the same roster. So
yeah. That's fun. Well, because I reviewed their album and there's a lot of fun to it. And it just got that old school vibe of just that we're going to go out and have a good time and screw the world. We're just going to have a good time and rock and have some fun. And you guys have the same feel in your music. Your album last year, Suck It, and you got the other album, Hot Bang, and everything is just kind of that fun. Let's have some fun. What are you guys doing with music now? Because I know I saw you have a new single out. What's coming after the tour?
Okay, so we're a three-piece now. So we wanted to start recording some new music because it's kind of hard to kind of rewrite everything that we already had written as a three-piece. So we're like, okay, let's get some new music out. But we wanted to start with a single. And I think after tour, we're going to get a little bit more writing sessions in. And then we're going to get back in the studio and hopefully release a couple more singles before the year's over.
Nice. No, so now that you have the first single out and you guys are going on a tour, what can fans expect when they see you guys live? Are you going to be touring off of last year's album? Do you have music in the work for them that's coming on this tour?
Yeah, actually. So there's we play a couple of songs off Hot Bang, not too many anymore, but we play everything that we can off of Suck It. That's my favorite album that we put out so far. So we have to play that. But I want to say 3 new songs in our set for this tour anyway, unless we end up playing longer one night, then we'll add a couple more in.
Nice. Now, you guys are going to be doing kind of this Midwest tour, then head down into Texas and some South dates. Any plans later in the year? Are you looking at other dates, maybe for out West?
Not out West, but we're hoping, I think in August, we said that we're going to start kind of figuring out a plan for next year, but we want to come out West so badly. We want to start at like the top, go all the way down to the bottom, hopefully. Now,
mistake me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn that I saw you guys ended up on a festival this summer.
We are playing. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Have you guys ever done Rocklahoma before?
We've never played Rocklahoma.
It's going to be a big stage. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm really excited. We played Rockfest a couple of years ago in Wisconsin. So I'm assuming it will be kind of like that, but everybody says that Rocklahoma is just like out of control crazy, but like fun crazy. So I'm really looking forward to it, but it's making me nervous too.
If the weather holds out, I think that's the craziest part, because I think a few years back they had the really bad storms and lightning and tornadoes, and people had to like bunch up in their cars, and they were like, we just can't do this. You have to go home, find shelter. And you never know. I mean, when you're in Oklahoma and it's that time of year, the weather will get you one way or another.
I know, right? Like, fingers crossed, don't get us this time. We already had COVID. Like, let's not do the bad weather.
Oh, no. Yeah. Did you guys get COVID yourselves, or just the lockdown from COVID?
I ended up getting it in March, actually. I was traveling and I did all my precautions, everything, but I was driving from Iowa to Ohio to see my boyfriend. And I don't know if I caught it on the way there from like a gas pump or something like that, but I ended up being stuck in Columbus for like 2 weeks or maybe 2.5 weeks when I was supposed to be there for like 4 days. But it ended up being okay. I mean, I'm here.
You don't have any damage or lasting effects on your lungs because you are the vocalist, and that's the people would wonder about that.
Yeah, at first I kind of had some like shortness of breath kind of, but like more so like heart rate type of issues, but now I'm pretty much back to normal. So
that's great.
I'm happy about that.
We are too. That is great. So glad you recovered. So last time we talked about your local venue, Spicoli's, and how everything had kind of been shut down. And, you know, you're a bartender, and how have things changed since April for you? How's the year been, and what is new in your world?
It's crazy because it's like COVID's over, kind of, not really, but like it's just so much more open in comparison to last year. But I'm basically back to work bartending all the time. I've been to a few shows actually. Last weekend I was in Chicago to see Tuck Smith, his new band, Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts, and it was just crazy to be in Chicago again with everybody that, you know, that I know from Chicago, and it was just a beautiful time, and I just can't believe that that's what's happening.
Yeah, you know, and how has it changed? Because I know we talked about this last year, what it would look like when shows came back. What do you notice that's different for you right now, and how does that make you feel heading out on tour? Are there any precautions where you're going?
Okay, so we had played a couple of shows. Well, I guess like 12 shows this year so far. We did go like all of the the Middle East. I'm at the Midwest. All the Midwest shows.
Middle East of the United States is close enough,
right?
Sorry, guys.
My bad. I don't know anything. No,
I've lived in Texas. You're in the Midwest area. We can both say, yeah,
right. So the Midwest shows, because I don't know, just kind of depended on where you were at. For like with COVID, I know that Iowa during the whole thing that was kind of like, yeah, this isn't real. Like, I don't agree with that, obviously, because I had it. But it was kind of that mentality here in Iowa. So it was kind of open. So when shows started happening again, it was basically normal. And then when we went up further east, it was like, where's your mask? Like, come on, you have to be this far apart and seated tables and stuff. But I think at this point, now that most places have like less restrictions, I think it's going to be more open. But regardless, I got my masks and my hand sanitizers on me at all times. But I think a lot of people are going to be ready to come out and start seeing shows again.
Yeah, we're still kind of in that weird phase here. I've done my first show, but we've only had just kind of a handful. But it seems really weird because we're seeing announcements come out, and I've counted like 56 shows that are coming up this way between now and the end of the year. Most of them are country for us, but like when it comes to metal and rock, we're getting like oddly like the whole Northwest has just been. They just don't want to come here. We don't know why. If it's just the Canada thing, or if they just think we're too liberal to come out here anymore. But you know, it's sad because like Korn, they're out on tour and they're not coming here. We just found out today that Suicidal Tendencies bassist is stepping in for Fieldy Raw Diaz, and I'm like, that's like a double punch to the stomach. Like, I love those guys and I love Suicidal Tendencies, so like, you know, it's gonna be weird because we're just like begging for rock and roll out here. So I'm asking everyone, are you coming out this way? Because we want to see you so bad. So
oh my gosh, I know. I mean, I'm glad that everything out there is still like staying on top of everything so that it can be safe for everyone.
I think we were one of the last states to really open back up. We just opened back up. I think it was like the end of last month. So we're kind of, they just took it really slow here. It is what it is. We're surviving. You know?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Slowly but surely.
Yeah. I mean, that first show I went to was before they even kind of lifted our lockdown, and it was supposed to be like a half sold out venue, and it was totally sold out. And it was kind of a weird, uncomfortable situation. And I was like, well, you know, going to find out how well the vaccines work now. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when you guys get out on the road, I've been checking your site. You guys have some cool merch. Are you bringing any of those really kick ass? Because I'm looking at the hooks, licks, and loud guitars. Are you bringing those on the road with you?
Yes, we have the shirts. Well, we have those here, but we got some more. And well, they're about to be in right before we leave town. So we're going to have plenty of those for sale. That's for sure. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll get another thing or two of merch, you know, keep the styles going.
Nice. Are you guys taking any of your physical medium out with you? Any of your last album or any singles or anything with you for fans?
Yeah. We don't have any like new material yet, but we do have vinyl from Suck It that we're going to have out with us. We have the CDs from all of the albums, even like the first EP, which seems like it's 800 years old by now. But we have just a little bit of everything, really. Anything that you see on our merch store, we're going to have with us.
That's awesome. So tell the fans why they should come out and see you guys, because you guys are going to have, I believe, what you got like 15 dates out there. Why should they come out and see you?
So basically, we evolved as a three-piece for sure. And I think that we have more and better energy at this point. So the three of us at once on stage is kind of like, at least for me, a magical experience. And based off of our last shows and the crowd response, I want to say that it kind of is, kind of a release for everybody if we're all kicking ass together. And I just think it's going to be a good time. Get your punk out, get your rock and roll out, get everything that was pent up and let it go. And that's what, we're out here doing.
That's awesome. So guys, the tour kicks off this Thursday, the 15th. Check the Rumours Facebook page, check Wildstreet's page, get all the dates, get out, support live music. You're going to have so much fun with these two bands. I can't imagine like a more fun live show to go see right now. You got to get out there and do this, because this is the chance for you to see these guys up and close on a small stage before they hit Rocklahoma, because that's a whole different environment. But get out there and support, the Rumours. You want to support Wildstreet. You want to support live music. And Carli, it's always great catching up with you. Is there any last words you want to say to anybody before we let go here today?
Come see us. Come say hi at the merch booth. If you come out to the show, if it's a little bit of a drive, I suggest you make it, because you just never know. Don't take rock and roll for granted, and just get out there and come say hi. And if you can't make it out, our merch store is online, and we can send you a little love note or something.
Awesome. Well, have a great tour. I'm so glad live music is back. It is awesome to catch up with you, because we check in about every couple of years, and it's really cool to see you guys back out there so quickly. So I'm super excited that you're going to be back out on the road, and I'm hoping that so many more artists get this opportunity as well. And music fans, you've got to show up. So Carli Foxx, always awesome time. Thank you so much, and have a great tour.
Yes, thank you so much. So good to talk to you.